All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, and this is your Week 12 offensive line report. Only going to do 2 segments today. Obviously, we're going to do an Andrew Thomas one. I'm actually going to go through all of his true pass blocking reps versus Micah Parsons and kind of show you how that battle went down. And then, obviously, I'm going to start with Nick Gates. Nasty Nick Gates is back. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one this week. Had some, my brother got married this weekend, and a bunch of other family stuff, so not going to be as long. And we're coming off of a Thanksgiving game. So thanks for understanding. All right, let's get into it. We're going to talk about Nick Gates. So just before we get into it, Nick Gates absolutely should be the starter for this Giants team at center going forward. John Feliciano should see the bench. He should be depth at this point. In the run game, he looked really good. You see the nastiness. You see him being able to use leverage, redirect, like shift his body weight and redirect. In the pass pro, didn't get a ton of nose tackle reps, so it was a lot of help. So there's some good in there, but there's also some bad reps we're going to go through too. So I'm not going to come away from this being like he's at the same pass blocker he was, because he was a good, like a really solid pass blocker in 2020. But he should be the starter. He's shown enough that he should be the starter. So let's get into it. First play, we're going to go through the run. Obviously lined up here at center for all of these. And this is what Nick Gates was like best at in the run game when he was the starting center for the New York Giants at one point. So we're landing the hands. He gets it, slides these hands inside. Keeps his feet moving. Now he's flipping his hips, okay? So the back wants to kind of get through here. But this D lineman, you see how the D lineman redirects his weight from here to here? Well, that's when we always say on this program, when they redirect, bury them. Take their weight shift and use it against them. And that's exactly what it does. And he has, like, that was always like his strength, was just that hand power, grip power, the ability to torque defenders. So torque this defender on the ground, pancake. That's what you want. Again, when they redirect, you bury them. Next play. Now, this isn't the most technically sound one, but it just kind of shows the whole, they want a dirtbag. They talked about how John Feliciano is a dirtbag. Well, guess what? Nick Gates is more of a dirtbag than anybody on this offensive line. Now, he does take a false step. So, got to get back used to not getting false steps playing the center position. He does give a false step, and that, I think, does allow 96 in here, where he's lunging a little bit. So this is not the perfect rep, but something I think Gates has been good at is salvaging reps when they're not perfect. And he does this little jump chop from the defensive tackle spot. Like, look, he literally tries to jump through this. Gates just body slams him. Like, grabs that leg and just straight up body slams him. Which, more power to you. Again, bringing that nastiness, that dirtbag like mentality to the football field. Here, getting good movement on this double with Glowinski. Walking it right into the linebacker. I mean, see, no false step on this one, right? Watch. Feet. Land the hands. Keep your feet driving. And we're moving 98. And we're coming off right onto this linebacker. I mean, that's how you work a double team. This next one is going to give help, get to the linebacker, finish the rep. Again, good first step. Give that help to Glowinski. Come off. You got 33, but Anderson's picking up 33. And then get up to Vander Esch and finish again. Get under those shoulder pads, finish the block. They're not going to. They will never blow the whistle on that. Like, play with that dirtbag mentality at the center position. Here he's going to pull. Again, body. That's legal. That's 100% legal. Pull. The defensive end sets the edge, and so that means instead of Gates getting outside the tackle, he's going to wrap it up. Gets his head inside. Good leverage. Roll the hips through it. And literally picks up his feet off of the air and body slams him. Again, showing off that hand strength that Gates has. And then here for the biggest run of the day for Saquon, he's the puller on this. Just good job getting out there. Get to that shoulder. Give Saquon a lane to get, his longest run since the Texans game, 11 yards. Now, pass pro. All right, so pass pro. So some good and bad. So like we'll start with the good, obviously. Again, you see all this chaos around here. Nick Gates is here dominating at the line of scrimmage. So watch the right foot. Watch the right foot. Bam. And he immediately sees that 96 is looping around. So instead of oversetting and setting again, now he sets back here. He's there. He wants to work all these hand moves. Land your hands inside. Hands inside, you see. Good knee bend. And what I like about Gates is once he knows he's got the block, finish, like turn it into a run block. Get aggressive with it. And he's got the tackle, he played tackle in college. He's played tackle in the NFL too for a few games. He's got the size where he can do that type of stuff. Again, chaos in the back. Next play. And just really good stuff. Set to him. Punch. Now you got the hand on the back. Watch him. Bring it back inside. Get it inside. Wide feet. Good knee bend. Just wins the rep. Ball comes out quick, but just wins the rep. Now, he had a couple bad pass pro reps too. We'll get into them right here. .98 lands a good punch. See how he just jacks up that inside shoulder? That's why you don't want to let guys inside your chest. Hands are down low around his knees. Have those hands up ready to shoot. And I know they don't want your hands out there totally because then defensive line will use them. But you got to have your hands ready to shoot inside. And because that doesn't happen, he's able to get up and jack up that inside shoulder and drive him back into the quarterback. And then this one, which is actually the last play of the game, just gets killed with a bull and pull. Same issue though, right? Now 97 is coming out of a 4-point stance on the goal line, so it's a little harder as a head up nose. But you know what? That's your job. Springs in, hands inside, stuns Gates. Gates does a good job recovering, but he's leaning. So he does that pull, swim. Again, Gates doesn't totally, he does kind of fight through this, but still it's obviously a bad block. So, how do you beat this? You just got to be ultra quick with your hands and not have them out here. You got to be ready to shoot those hands inside and not allow him to get inside your chest. Because, if you're starting next week, people are going to see film on that. In Washington, who has that deadly front on the interior, will have... And again, even in 2020, Nick Gates had a good season. He started off a little rough. The one game that was bad in the middle of all the good was versus Washington, guys like Jonathan Allen. So a tough matchup for him this week, but he is the better option than John Feliciano, and he should be the starter for the New York Giants going forward. This week's O-Line Report is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, baby. Ridge Wallet's the best. It's as tough as Nick Gates. It's as reliable as Andrew Thomas, and it's as small as Wan'Dale Robinson. But it holds up to 12 cards, plus room for cash. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. I think burnt titanium is my favorite. It's like MetLife. One day maybe that could be some burnt titanium in there. The wallet has over 50,000 5-star reviews. The durable material means each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. We should be giving Andrew Thomas a lifetime contract. The Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it that they'll let you test drive it for 45 days. You can send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. Check out the link in the description and use code JOHNBOY for 10% off. Again, check out the link in the description and use code JOHNBOY for 10% off. You'll be glad you did. All right, for Andrew Thomas versus Micah Parsons. So that's what we're going to do in this. I went through like their 9 or 10 true pass sets, and we're just going to go chronologically through them. There's also 2 non-true pass sets, which ended up being the 2 sacks that Micah Parsons was able to get. First, if you want to get into the Andrew Thomas sick thing, I'm just going to stick to the film review. Like I'm just going to talk about the film review. I'll let you do, with that what you want. The fact that Andrew Thomas was sick. This is going to be a hell of a battle, though, for years and years to come. And you see the way Thomas prepared for Micah Parsons, and almost in the ways that he prepared hurt him in this, because you got to protect that inside foot a little extra versus Parsons. But I think Thomas in the next matchup might want to get a little more punch happy, and also be like, you know what? Challenge me inside. Challenge me inside. You don't want to get beat inside, but that might be the way to beat Parsons, is to let him challenge you inside. So let's get into it. This battle, regardless if Thomas was sick or what, this is going to be a battle. Micah Parsons is unreal. He's a crazy athlete. The way he's able to work outside in, bend the edge. I mean, there's a reason why this guy is just was dominant from the second he stepped on the field. So, first play. Let's watch the feet of Thomas. Notice something different than what we usually see on these? Watch. One step, and now watch the right foot. Come and click together. Not fully click. And now you got your hips open. Do we ever see that from Thomas? Every week we come on these O-line reports, and it's 1, 2, 3. It's one step, open your hips. And again, when you're the athlete that Thomas is, you can wash him around the pocket. We're going to wash him around about 10 yards, which isn't the worst rep, but that's not what we're used to with Andrew Thomas. He lands the hands on him, gets on him. He's a hell of an athlete. You're strong. You both are a hell of really awesome athletes. You're strong. Not the worst rep in the world, but that is a rep that we've come to know Thomas, and we don't see those reps where they're passable reps, but not great reps. Next one, let's watch the 1 foot thing again too. It's almost like he was just wanting to protect versus the inside move, and you see it here versus the inside move. You see the heel click, goes inside. Even then, not even protect against the inside move, but stop Parsons from going to the inside move. And Parsons does just that. Now, this is on a stunt, not a necessarily true inside move. But Thomas is able to shut it down. Good job, Andrew Thomas. Now here, watch the 2. Now, Saquon doesn't chip, but he's there, which stops Micah Parsons from trying to bend the edge on this. But watch the feet. 1, 2. Okay. And then on that 3rd step, we're kind of opening our hips up. Laying the hands like Thomas usually does. Ball comes out quick. Parsons isn't bending the edge because Saquon's there. But nonetheless, a good rep for Andrew Thomas versus Micah Parsons. 1, 2, kind of a 3rd step. Good, but ball comes out quick. Next one. We're going to wash him around. We're only going to wash him around at 9 yards. This can be considered a pressure, I believe. And rightfully so. So let's watch the feet. 1, 2. Again, this is position. This is good positioning. If you're 2 yards back, and that's where watch the right foot. This little bit of pitter patter. Trying to make sure he doesn't get me inside. I don't want to get beat inside. Right now, this positioning, he's not going to beat you inside, but it just gives him such a great angle around the corner And what Thomas has done to be like just dominant is like, hey, I cheat inside, but I'm like one of the best athletes to tackle. I have one of the longest arms at tackle, and I'm able to wash guys around. But Micah Parsons is just on a different level. And you're washing around at 9 yards, and he's going to gets a finger on the QB. Now, here's a good one. Again, the threat of a running back chip, even though he doesn't actually get a chip on him. But watch the feet. 1, 2. And he doesn't get to that third step like he does usually. This is a good rep. But if you get to a third step, this is a step, again, a step back. And yeah, can he beat you inside? Possibly. But I think you just got to, the next time these two guys face, you got to trust, that inside foot a little more. And then here's the sack. This is actually not as bad. Like, this is play action and, a naked boot. So, DeMarcus Lawrence and Chris Myrick are on this block and release, or just a block. And that stops Jones from rolling out like he's supposed to on this. And this is just like, you're selling run. You're selling run here. So you're not trying to work this guy totally around the corner. And Parsons just fights through this. Jones isn't able to roll out, so Jones has to run up in the pocket. So that's why if you go and look at offensive line stats on PFF, Andrew Thomas is actually only accredited with 1 sack and not 2 sacks in this game. And I actually agree with that. But still, But again, he's just selling play action here. Like 1, 2, we're selling play action. Now, I think against other players, maybe Thomas is able to hold on to this block, and that's why Parsons is just on another level. And you got to be able to step up to that. You got to, if you want to be the best, you got to be right there with those guys. And then here. 3 step. Watch the feet. We talked about how he's not getting to that third step in this game. He does on this. Watch. And what does Micah Parsons do? He goes inside. And I think that's what Thomas is protecting against. 1, 2, 3. That's usually what we see out of Andrew Thomas's feet every week. Now, Thomas's footwork is good on this. Like, the foot drops back, but it drops back where you're horizontal instead of dropping back here and giving a path to the quarterback. The hands aren't perfect. Probably could get, got to be able to get these, feet and have those hands inside instead of wrapped around them. So you just got to be ready for that inside move. I think, or it's just like, hey, if you want to keep doing it this way versus this guy, number 11 on the Cowboys, which again, he did really well in that week 3 matchup. So maybe it is just like the guy was sick, and he, when was the last time we saw Andrew Thomas sick for a game? It was that Patriots preseason game in 2021, and people were being like, this guy's a bust, and then had an awesome year. And then so here is the sack. One, 2 step. And then Parsons does something that the Cardinals did to Andrew Thomas his rookie season. And what he does is he fakes the inside move. He fakes the inside move because he knows that Andrew Thomas is going to have, that inside foot ready. So you fake that inside move and watch what happens. Watch the right foot of Thomas. So we get to this 1, 2. He fakes that inside move. Well, guess what? That freezes Thomas. That keeps this foot, he's got this foot ready, and that allows an easier corner, a better angle to get around this corner. He's able to keep those the punch off of him and just get around the corner. Now, should you be doing 2nd and 10 play action with 8 minutes left in the game? I don't know. But that is nonetheless a sack on Thomas. And then the last play we're going to go to, watch him get to his third step, Inside spin. Awesome rep by Thomas. 1, 2, 3. He goes to that inside spin. Play the piano on his back. You got your hands on his back. When he's ready to go, you are mirroring him. You're ready. You're there. So, obviously, things that Andrew Thomas has to clean up from this game. I, for one, am very much looking forward to the next Giants-Cowboys game solely for this matchup. Like, I cannot wait to see what Andrew Thomas brings to this next time they play. Whether that's somehow they face in the playoffs or in the 2023 season. Like, I am ready for that battle. I really am. So, hope you guys liked the offensive line report this week. We'll see if we get Evan Neal or any of those guys back, any of those young guys back next week. But we appreciate you guys. Let's go, Big Blue.